Oh, it's been a minute. It's been a week, actually, since you and I have had the pleasure of talking. It's the weekend edition, and we're here. Lindy's got you Monday through Friday. I've got you on the weekend. So let's look. Let's see what we can do. I got you over at BetMGM. And yes, that's still available to you. All of the great things, right? Like the Discord, two free months. So you get me, you get Eric Lindquist. You get Eric Lindquist. You get Isaiah. You get Eric Lindquist. You get Ben Raza. All for the price of none in the sense of 2 free months of the Discord. $1,000 up to at least back. And I'm giving you our first 2 plays. Look at this right away. I didn't even give you like the hit the thumbs up and subscribe and all the things you follow on Twitter, all that stuff. I'm just giving you plays right away. Who else does that? They have you sit through minutes of a diatribe, all this other shit. At least I'm giving you plays while I'm talking. And those are, as we will open up in a second. But the point being is you can put the first 2 plays in a parlay. Your first bet at BetMGM should be that, should be just that, should it not? That's all I'm saying. All right. Under 8, Cubs money line. Put them together. It's your first play, and you get 2 free months. Let's keep it moving. All right. Those are your first 2 plays on the board. And the big reason is because, as we skim through where we are right now, look, Garrett Cole, I'm still not willing to accept that the New York Yankees are back in any capacity simply because we saw what was just expected, I think, a 5-4 narrow edge against, of all teams, Kansas City Royals. So, look, that offense is there. Garrett Cole is going to limit guys. So we know that. I just don't think that the Yankees are going to have it in them to score more than 4 or 5 runs, which leaves this comfortably under 8. Cubs just have the better pitcher. That's really what Michaelis is not great. He hasn't been great. The 16 to 4.5K to walk rate. Okay, the 4.5K to walk rate's great, but what about the 288X batting? What about the 343X WOBA? 468X slugging, 89.9 EV. Meanwhile, Michael Fulmer has come in and pitched great. 26K rate. I get it. The 11.1 walk rate is concerning, but it's not undoing. Just not hitting hard balls, loud outs, or loud hits, if you will. Michael Fulmer, 86 EV, 28 hard hit percentage. He's just the better pitcher. We go with the better pitcher in this game. Dodgers, Rangers, Mets, Red Sox. See what kind of of damage we can do here. Look, I think the bigger picture maybe is, at least with this Dodgers Texas game, how fast can you get some runs up? Tony Gonsolin doing his thing on Friday night. How fast can LA get some runs up against Dane Dunning, who hasn't been brutal by any means? We don't want to misstep that, but the 16 just barely under still. 273, like serviceable is probably a good way to put that. Bobby Miller has been great to contact, but he's just kind of not even a butt, and kind of average with the K to walk rate, 23 to 8. But he's on the road. Texas not going to be held back. Both teams should actually get some runs across the plate, and still at 9. This is absolutely worth a shot here. Mets, Red Sox. Well, this thing needs to be picked back up after it was suspended in the 4th. How are we still in a position right now where there is a professional sports league that can't play because of rain, because of some sort of element? Like, put a fucking roof over this thing and let's keep it moving, will you? What is going on? This sport is a disaster that can't get it out of its own way. But Ironhead, shut up. Boston Red Sox hosting the Mets. Well, I'm going to go the opposite way as we just did here. You don't have a Cutter Crawford on the hill, which you can victimize if you're New York. Max Scherzer is on one side. James Paxton is on the other. So the fact that this is at 9 still, and it's probably, you can probably get it at 9.5 elsewhere. So we would strongly suggest that you shop these odds. But yeah, we're going under 9. Two really good pitchers, 213x batting average for Scherzer, 214 for Paxton. You're not hitting these guys. You're not getting around strikeouts. Yeah. That Mets could still win this game. It's just, Toronto, Seattle. Now, the way in this game, and it's not going to be up yet, but the way in this game is Toronto, Seattle, YRFI. That's really the best way to play this game. And it's coming at the expense of either Logan Gilbert or Kevin Gausman. That's really what we're betting on. So my point being is you should get a pretty good number, pretty good plus number, actually, I would imagine. Even though it's in Seattle, you should, when this pops up, just take a look. Odd Shopper Premium is up there as well. But this is the way here. YRFI in this game because of the value and because ultimately you're going to get a shot here for, I think, Toronto a little more than Seattle, but Toronto taking some shots at Gilbert, putting on a base runner or two, having him pitch to contact. It's not the best thing for Gilbert, but that's where we'll go here. YRFI. Dare I use the L word for that one? Now, look where we are right now. 4 legs in here. 4 legs. If these hit at 100, maybe you want it at, it can be anywhere up to 1,000. 500 is your first bet. If you want it up to 1,000, that's fine. But you know what? It could also just be $10. That's fine. $10 wins you back $123. It's not bad. That's why we're doing this here for you. Why does this keep resetting? It's beyond frustrating. Baltimore at Tampa. Give me something here. Give me something. Give me a way to believe right now in the Baltimore Orioles. How about that? Should we start there? Is there anything tangible you can point to and say the Baltimore Orioles, that's my squad tonight? See this schedule play out, looking around, Baltimore, Tampa. Okay, give me that because Shane McClanahan is one tough SOB to beat. And he's coming chest out. Now, Grayson Rodriguez is going to strike 6 or 7 guys out. He's just not going to do much else. And that's really where we've seen him right now. I mean, the jury's out. So you're not going to get a ton right here from Rodriguez outside of some Ks, really. That's it. That's fine. You're going to get some Ks. Load them up. I'm all greased up with these Ks for Grayson, but I ain't playing them. In fact, I'm playing the Rays on the run line. At plus 115 or better, you're damn right. Shane McClanahan comes in at home. Finally, team getting to Baltimore consistently. And on the other side of this is just a disaster waiting to happen. Tampa at home, aggressive, power, taking on a guy in Grayson Rodriguez. 26% K rate is fine, but the 92 EV, the 52.7 hard hit percentage, those aren't good. 375 xWOBA. He's a ticking time bomb, and it's probably going to happen in the first inning. Giants Nationals saw how this thing went. Oof. Shout out to the Discord, Odd Shopper Discord, if you're still with me. By the way, you're going to get 2 free months. Why did I do that? Just going to reset this whole damn thing. What an idiot. That's me. Nobody but me. Do you have any feel on this game? I mean, you just saw the Giants lose. It should have been a bounce back. It should have been a major narrative moment there. And instead, you got shit. You just got stink out of this game. And I don't mean the chilly guy from Denver. I mean like true stink. 25.5 to 4.5 K to walk rate for Logan Webb on the mound for San Francisco. Josiah Gray, 20.3 to 10.4. 10.4. 329 xWOBA. Yeah, he's not giving up a lot of loud hits, but you know what? He is giving up hits and he is giving up runs. And I think in this case, you turn back and you see where this game could be. And yeah, and minus 120, this is still worth a shot. Oh, 2 free months of the Discord. How about this? That's just me. Imagine what these other guys are doing. All right, we keep it moving. Phillies, Guardians. On the road, Phillies, Guardians. You know that this pitching matchup significantly favoring Philadelphia for them to be on the road, losing this game, and then coming back. So it's Zach Wheeler. On the other side, though, it's Tanner. It's the Bibs, not the Beebs. You can't roll with Bibs over Wheels. The only guy you could roll with when it comes to fading the establishment would be the Beebs. You can't do that. I mean, we got a guy here in Zach Wheeler, 282 x WOBA, 348 x slugging, 27 to 47 K to walk rate. Just to the moon, sucker. Why wouldn't you bet right now at plus 140 or better the Philadelphia Phillies on the run line? Open this thing up. You saw how difficult it is to kill this team, even in a game in which they look disinterested. In this case, to bounce back against the Bibs, that's something I'd like. That's something I want. Now, this next game, it's going to take a little bit, just a little bit of some faith here. Freddie Peralta gets whacked, and that's a little contrary to what we thought and expected. But what isn't, I think, here, the Milwaukee Brewers being able to bounce right back and win a game. Now, it's so difficult because Atlanta is one of the best teams that we've seen in some time on the road, and they just explode, and they're so good, they're so difficult. But, you know, a lot of people right now are pouring in some money on Atlanta. And if you start to look at this pitching matchup, it's not going to be easy. Adrian Hauser, not a ton of Ks in there, but is pitching okay with the xWOBA 320. Okay, the 394X slugging. Can Milwaukee outscore Atlanta? Can they hang with Atlanta? I think you're going to get a lot of runs, just a lot of runs in this game. I mean, that's really what this comes down to. You're getting a ton of runs. White Sox, Twins. Let's keep it moving, sir. Or ma'am. Why did I do that? This is just so frustrating. Well, White Sox, Twins. Lance Lynn. Why did I do? God, you know. Why am I such an idiot? Does anybody have any idea? All of you have watched these videos. You know damn well that I'm an idiot. Do you have any idea why? Because I get stuff wrong? I'd like there for a better reason. Now, I'm not going to lay the 175. I think we can do better, but this is the play here. I don't want to waste a ton. You know, Lance Lynn was the victim. It wasn't so much the Chicago White Sox. You're able to flip that and just get a competitive Chicago team now without dealing or really overcoming the issues, the groundwork laid out by a guy like Lance Lynn. And it was never close. It was never meant to be. And he was going to get torn up. So we look at the run line as really the best play. You can find a better number. And even if you don't want to lay that, that's fine. But I think you should look at that heavily as a parlay piece. Absolutely as a parlay piece. In fact, you can take the Angels at -1.5 and put the two of them together. It's fine by me. I don't give it. You know, it's your money. You do whatever you like. But let's look at this here. Just coming off a Shohei start, and we've seen it be difficult at times for this team to bounce back. But, you know, you do have an advantage in the pitching matchup. Osvaldo Bido. The slugging is down, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because he is getting he's struggling to K. He's getting hit-wise, batting average. So I shouldn't say it's like a conundrum, but I'm just saying as far as like of all numbers to stick out, it's his X slugging. Reed Detmers is good, man. Reed Detmers is a guy that can strike out a lot of people on this Pittsburgh team. Don't get it twisted with the 29 K rate. That guy's coming out throwing. Placement to heat, this guy's coming out throwing. And you've got Ohtani now back at the plate. Just see the Angels crushing. Last one on BetMGM, Astros, A's. Well, I think if you look at this game, and you remove the bias, if you look at this game and you're not held back by any premonitions or anything along those lines, you start to see some value here with Oakland. You really do. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I do. But you start to see some value with Oakland. In fact, if I'm looking at this game, Christian Javier, and this is just Houston is just a different team right now in this series. But Paul Blackburn, 315 xWOBA, 22.3 K to a 7.6 walk rate. This is not atrocious. For a team that is atrocious, this is not atrocious. And you have a guy that can pitch his team into and stay in this game. Plus 1.5 becomes a little more valuable right now. All right. That's it. That's it. We just burned through that there for you. There's the QR code for you as well. As we maintain, this is so much about the Discord, and it's so much about getting you in, I think, more so than anything else. Showed you some highlights, but it's really just about getting you in, and the price of all four of us for none for 2 free months. All right. We'll see you for Sunday slate.